Now, I know I said in the thumbnail that this was a video about the first planet in the Cosmere. Now, I don't actually know if this is the first planet in the Cosmere. I don't know if we even know that information yet. What I do know is this is the first planet that Brandon Sanderson wrote about in his novel, Elantris. So, without further ado, I'm going to summarize everything that I know about Elantris. I'm going to be going over the geography of the planet, the shards that have been on the planet, the different magic systems, and Hoyt's travels. Now, if there's anything that I miss or don't cover in this video, please comment below and let me know. My channel has only been around for less than a month, and I've already learned so much from what you guys have shared with me in the comments, so it's great to interact down there. So let's start with geography. The planet is called Sel, or Sail. There are two continents that we know of that are separated by the Sea of Fjorden. Both continents have two nations. The first nation is called the Fjordell Empire, which believes in a religion called Sudareth. Sudareth focuses on obedience and the belief that the all-powerful god Jadeth is sleeping under the earth and will make himself known when the whole world worships him. The followers of Sudareth are called Derethai and are actively attempting to convert the whole world, even if it means war and bloodshed. They are led by Wyrn, who is considered a prophet. The Fjordell Empire so far has conquered Fjorden, the Duladel Republic, Jindu, Jador, Hragan, Giant, Hravel, and Sforden. The second nation on Opilon is called Aerialon. Aerialon is a largely peaceful nation with one primary city called Elantris. Aerialons largely believe in the religion Sukoroth. Followers of Sukoroth are called Korathai, and they worship the god known as Domai, a loving protector of all mankind. The continent to the north is called Sikla and is home to two more nations. The first nation is Teod. Teod is a small kingdom on a peninsula known for its naval prowess, which has been the primary reason they haven't been invaded by the Fjordell Empire yet. The fourth and final nation we know of is called the Rose Empire, which has been in place an estimated 1,000 to 3,500 years. The ruler of the empire is called the Emperor of 80 Suns. These people believe there are 80 suns with one rising each day as opposed to the single sun. Cosmere and Shards. We know Sel is the home planet of dominion and devotion. In Sel's distant past, we know that it was also visited by Odium, who killed the vessels of dominion and devotion. He then splintered the shards and trapped them in the cognitive realm. When the shards were splintered, Scions and Skaz, also known as Dark Scions, were created. Scions are magical beings who serve their masters and have the ability to communicate long distance with other Scions and their masters. Now, onto the magic systems. At this point in time, we don't know if all the magic systems have been revealed by Brandon Sanderson, but what we do know is that the existing magic systems are fueled by the door, which is how individuals access the power of devotion and dominion in the cognitive realm. There are 5 magic systems that we currently know of on Sel. The first magic system is Aeon Door, used by the Aerialons. To use Aeon Door, you must be an Elantrian. To be an Elantrian, you must be from Aerialon. Individuals from Aerialon may or may not be taken randomly by the Sheod. The Sheod transforms their bodies into silvery beings with godlike powers. People from other countries and nations cannot be taken by the Sheod, and therefore they can't become Elantrians. While using Aeon Door, the Elantrians have the ability to draw aeons in the air with their fingers. As they draw specific aeons, they access the power of the shards through the door. The aeons are essentially writing, and whatever they write, they can achieve. They can turn rocks into food or heal a wound. As you can imagine, drawing aeons is pretty OP. The primary disadvantage is that the further away you get from Elantris, the less powerful the aeons become. The second magic system is called Sheishan. In order to use Sheishan, you need to be Jindu. Those who perform Sheishan do it by moving their entire body. People performing Sheishan often are described as dancing. They move their arms and legs as if they're pushing against some unseen force. During this process, their connection to the door is strengthened. When the door is being accessed, a dim glow around their body becomes visible. If a person using Sheishan loses their focus, they lose access to the door and must start over. When performing Sheishan, the individual is granted certain powers. They become stronger and faster. They also gain a spatial awareness of those around them. This is necessary because while performing Sheishan, the individual has their eyes completely closed. Like Aeon Door, the further away you get from Jindu, the weaker the magic will be. Dakor is the magic used by the Flordell Empire. The Flordell Empire has learned to tap into the power trapped in the cognitive realm, although it is not clear how. The Flordell Empire will train priests in the elite Dakor monastery. The magic causes their bones to grow hard and twist into what are thought to be Flordell symbols that gives them heightened abilities and strength, but also disfigures their bodies. It is also known that they can use this magic to teleport individuals to another location. However, this power can only be accomplished if one of them is to sacrifice themselves, thus providing energy for the transfer. Forgery is the fourth kind of magic and is used by the people of my pawn. Like the other magic systems, shapes are a very important part of forgery. There are several different kinds of forgery, but it seems that all of them require a stamp. The stamp is able to be applied to a person or an object. This then can affect that individual or object's past. Forgery appears to be able to be learned by anybody as long as they are willing to focus and learn and study. The stamps used by forgers are temporary. A good stamp will last 24 hours. The final magic system is blood sealing. Blood sealing is very similar to forgery because blood sealing also requires stamps. Instead of using ink, a blood sealer will use blood to mark the stamp. At this point in the Cosmere, we don't know all the uses for blood sealing, but what we do know is that the stamps can be used to trap individuals. If they were to leave, the seal can lead the blood sealer to their location for up to 24 hours. When a blood sealer kills someone, they keep their bones as pets. They can then use these pets to hunt down future victims so long as they have a sample of their blood within the last 24 hours. Last, I want to talk about Hoid's appearances on the planet Cell. We know that Hoid travels to Elantris to make a deal with the Skaz, or the Dark Scions. Not much of the deal is known except that we know it involved Hoid becoming an Elantrian. After making the deal, he wraps himself in rags and helps Serena smuggle weapons to Elantris. After Elantris is restored, Hoid meets with the Skaz again and removes his rags to find that he did in fact not become an Elantrian. Hoid then leaves Cell through the cognitive realm. It's pretty crazy to think that Hoid had ambitions to become an Elantrian. From what we know, he's already mastered most other magic systems in the Cosmere. Hoid later comes back to Cell to visit the Rose Empire. He becomes Emperor Ashravan's royal fool for a time. He meets Shay, who is a forger, and they plot to steal the royal moon scepter together. The moon scepter is an artifact that can translate Cellish symbols. Hoid betrays Shay, leaving her captured, and he takes the moon scepter for himself. Brandon Sanderson has confirmed that it was to help him translate the Cellish language and learn more about the magic on Cell. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for stopping by. We'll talk to you next time.